The previous day we had discussed about the features of Java. I think I gave you some 11 features of Java, and those features are just for revision. Once again, I'm going to repeat those features. Means I'm just going to name and say a few words about them, about the features. Okay, so if you had forgot or if you are new to failed to attend the previous class, you will get it from here now. What are the features of Java? Yeah. The features of Java we had discussed about is first one is simple. The simple, why simple? Because the language, the Java language is very close to the normally spoken English language or naturally spoken English language. That's why it is termed as we can easily understand and write programs in Java. That's why Java is one of the features of Java is simple. Second one is secure. So if you had written in the previous class, you can just follow up. Secure. What is secure? The security here doesn't mean that you need a password or login ID to get into Java. The security in Java actually refers to the limitation of using the core hardware and software. Okay. Then comes portable. Portable means the Java programs can be transferred from one computer or one system to another over network. That's why it is termed as portable. Object oriented. That is in the definition of the Java itself. Java is a high level object oriented programming language. Means everything in Java is in the form of an object. Now what is an object? Object is an identifiable entity about which a person or an organization is interested and having some characteristics and behavior. So I think I explained what is an object previously. Now comes robust. Robust feature of the Java says that Java has a very strong error handling mechanism. The robust feature of the Java says that it has a very strong error handling mechanism. Means the error arises in Java can be handled very easily. How it is handled is, first, the Java program gets compiled, and we've learnt about them in a compiler in standard 6 and as well as in standard 7 also maybe, that compiler is a program that converts the high level language to low level language after removing all the errors. Means if there is any error in the Java program, those can be handled by first the compiler. Then there may be other types of errors in Java. Those are very well handled by the Java itself. We'll come to know later about them. For the time being, you don't need it. As you grow up, you will start learning about Java more and more. Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6. That is multi-threaded. What is multi-thread is, there may be number of instructions in a program which need to be executed after certain interval of time. So when the instructions are needed to be executed after certain interval of time, they needed to be executed in a particular rhythm, in a particular manner. This every instruction can be termed as a thread. Every instruction in a program, Java program, can be termed as a thread, and those threads needs to be executed in a rhythm, in a particular order. Number 8. Whatever the number is, I think it is number 7. Architecture neutral. Now, what does the architecture neutral actually means? It means that the Java program, it can be written on any computer and can be executed on any other computer. The Java programs can be executed on any computer. This is called architecture neutral. Sometimes it is also termed as platform independent. In later or sooner we will come across that term also, platform independent. Architecture neutral and platform independence both are same. There is no difference. Next is interpreted. Just now I said that Java program gets compiled as well as Java program gets interpreted. Java program gets compiled means the Java program written in high level language code gets converted to low level language code through the compiler. Actually that doesn't happen. We'll discuss about it, obviously we will discuss about it, but this actually doesn't happen. The high level language code of Java do not directly gets converted to machine level. Here comes the work of interpreter. Interpreter converts the program from high level to low level at runtime. High performance. Java is a high performing programming language. Why high performing? Because now high performance. Java is a high performance programming language. How it is high performance? Java can work on any computer or any platform. That is the first point we had discussed about it. And second, Java can execute without producing much error. Second, Java, if there is any error produced, Java can handle it very nicely. Therefore, we can say Java is a high performance programming language. Means one of the features of Java is high performance. Next is distributed. Now distributed means the part of program can be on different machines. The different part of the same program can reside on different machines, and they when needed they can get assembled at one place and gets executed. That's why it is distributed. And the last one was dynamic. Java is a dynamic programming language. Why Java is dynamic? Because Java allows you to make changes at runtime. Java allows you to make changes at runtime. That's why it is termed as dynamic. Okay. Along with that, we had learnt about the four principles of Java. The four principles are inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, and abstraction. The four principles were abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. Now, let us see how to write a Java program. I'm going to show you on my screen, and you'll be able to see my screen. I'm writing the first program in Java. So if you people have a laptop or a PC at home, you need to download BlueJ. The name is BlueJ. I'm going to show you the screen in a few minutes. Yeah. You can see my screen now. showing you where is the BlueJ. See here, this is the BlueJ. You need to download this software. It is free to download. You can see over here what is BlueJ. The BlueJ. You may not get this. So first of all, if you are downloading the BlueJ, not get this screen. So get a blank area over here without these things. So first of all, go to project and then create new project. When you create the new project, you will be asked to specify the name of the project. I am going to type in as class 8 over here, and then you can choose the location where you want to store. I had chosen the B drive in my computer, and then select folder and click on OK. That is TDB file. Now here you can see new class. See here, the new class. First you need to click here. Click. It asks for the name of the class. So you can easily understand that the very first program we are trying to type in the first thing it is asking is for creating a class. So just create a class, name it, say my first. You can name it anything. It must be a valid name. Do not contain any space. And click on. Once you click on OK, you can see you had named the class like this, my first program. So this is the name of the program. Double click on it. Select all. Remove or remove the class and delete everything. So you are prepared with this now. Now we are going to type in our first program. So how to type in the program? This is the message I want to show you. Good morning, students. To read this good morning, students, we need to create a class. Then we need to type in public static void main string a name. It could be any name. I had given A. You can see I had given the name over here as A. You can use any name, any valid name, means a word you can use, and continue. So public static void main string, I'm just showing you by changing the name. Most of the programmers write like this, ARGS, someone write like ARR, no problem at all. So once you had written all this, you can see over here, compile. So I saw it. Now click on compile. Once you click on compile, follow the bottom of the screen. Class compiled, no syntax error, means there is no error in our program. Now you had compiled it, close it. Now come back to the screen, right click over here, right click and click on void main string ARR. You have seen this? Click on this. It will bring up this box. Nothing to type in, just click on. Here is the good morning students. So hopefully all of you had followed. If you want, I can show you the whole process once again. Okay. Just I'm going to show you the whole process once again. I'm going to delete this, remove this, remove. Once again, first of all, you need to create the new project. Not every time, once the project is created, it is enough. You need not to create new projects every time. You have to create the new project only once. We already have that, and our project name is class 8. You can see the project name over here. It is class 8. Okay. Now we already have the project. Then after the project was created, then go to new class. Click on class. Type in the class name. Say my first. Okay. Then click on OK. Once you had created the class, to open it. How to open? Double click, that will get opened. You can do this, but better to clear them. Clear all the remaining part over here must be cleared up. Now we are left with this much. Now start typing public static void main string capital S, follow the typing capital S, then any name, I write any now, any name, opening braces, typing system dot out dot print ln, and the message close the bracket, terminate by a semicolon, and then close the braces. That's done. This is our first program. Now go to compile. Once it is compiled, you have the here no syntax error must be visible. Once you get no syntax error, close the class. Now right click on the class, right click on this portion and click on void main. You can see void main. Click on this. Leave it blank. Don't type in anything over here. And you get the output. Fine. This is our first one. Now you can observe a lot of things was written. Just a minute. Good morning, sir. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Again, she want to switch in. No, no. These are the okay. Yeah, they can work on the same number. They can do with the same number, but the parents, once I give them the correct numbers, they change. Then again they are changing. Okay, so just a second. One more is coming in. So now you can see writing, putting on these two words on screen. To display these two words on screen, we need to type in a huge amount of. Now, is those are is those are unnecessary? No, none of them are unnecessary. You need everything on to be written. Now, obviously, if we have everything is important. Every word, every symbol we had given in this program is important. So, we'll be discussing or explaining. I'll be explaining the each and everything in the future class. In the next class, I'll be discussing clearing out everything, every word, every symbol, whatever you can see on the screen right now here in the program. From year to year, each one has the importance, have its own importance. So I'll be explaining that part in the next class. Okay, now if you have any problem, any doubt, you can ask me. I'm going to stop the sharing or let the sharing be on. If you have any doubt, you can raise your hand. You know how to raise your hand. Touch the screen at the bottom, you get more. From more, you can raise your hand. Okay. Anyone? All the things are clear to everyone. No one have doubt. Yes. Who's this? Lalu Yadav. Next time, if you come with this name and the picture, you will be kept out. Be sure. Come in with your name. You people try to hide your identity. Why to hide your identity? Yeah, no one in the class have doubt. Okay, fine. So that is the end of today. Have a nice day and get prepared for the next class if you have. Have a nice day.